Sorry, darling. She's pretty rotten. She thinks she rules the roost here. Yeah, don't you? Yeah, you think you rule the roost here. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yes, you do. You think you do. You do. Yes, you do. Well, good evening, y'all. Welcome back to the farm. So today we are going to make our quilt block into a pillow. So if you've been working along with me for the last 2 days, this is what I have been working on. And then this is the fabric that I have chosen to put on the back of the pillow. So I've already trimmed it down just a little bit. I want to trim it down a little bit more. Just wanted to make it easier to work with, but we'll trim it down a little bit more, and I'm going to get my machine converted back over for sewing and then make sure what else I needed to get. I got some stuffing, and this is just some that I pulled out of my little stash. It's not going to be a real big fluffy pillow, just going to be something I'll probably put over in my little rocking chair just for a memento. I can always, conversation piece, say that was the first piece of anything I ever quilted on my little Rebel. So anyway, it was fun. So it says we need to finish our project, we need a quilt sandwich, which we have, fabric for the backing, we have our little Rebel in sewing mode, which we will do. I need some pins, stuffing, a hand needle, and scissors or rotary cutter, and a mat. Okay, so I'm going to switch this thing back to sewing mode. I'm going to flip back over here to my other pages just to make sure. But I'm pretty sure what I need to do is remove the quilting plate and then put on my other foot. Take my hopper foot off. So in that looks right. So let's need my little screwdriver so I can loosen that up. Take this screw out. Take that off. Take that off. And put it back in my foot storage container. And let's see, which foot do we want? Do we want the quilter foot or the straight stitch foot? I think I'll just use the quilter foot. That's probably the foot that I would use the most anyway, because it has 1/8 of an inch and 1/4 of an inch on it. I don't know if you can see that or not, but on this side is the 1/8 of an inch. Then you have your dash, your splice in there, and then on my right side it's going to be the 1/4 inch. I'm gonna turn that on so I have some light. lift that up now. And then this goes right line. Like that, and I'm going to tighten it like that. And then there's my foot. And it's on, just like that. That's simple. Still have my frog tonight in my throat. I also need to make sure that my tension is set right, and I need to back that off a little bit. So I got my presser foot on there. Now I need to cut down my batting, or my backing, and the batting of our quilt sandwich to be the same size. And the book says to do it to be 15 by 12 1/4. But I don't know that I'm going to cut it down that small. I mean, I would have to cut some of my edges off. I don't think I'm going to do it that small. I think I'm just going to do it probably about 15, maybe 15-inch square. We'll see. I'm going to turn you around. And we're going to go right here on the cutting board. Just gonna trim the edges. This is trash. And then my cat, Gracie, is trying to take over my sewing machine. I'm gonna spin you around. Move, Harley. See, you can't leave her a minute. She tries to take over. You're gonna have to get out, baby. Gracie, you gotta get out. Yeah, you gotta get out. You're gonna have to get down. Yeah, you're gonna have to get down. Yeah, sorry, darling. She's pretty rotten. She thinks she rules the roost here. Yeah, don't you? Yeah, you think you rule the roost here. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yes, you do. You think you do. You do. Yes, you do. I'm gonna move you closer. Did you get Molly? Did you get Molly? Shame on you. Sorry, Molly. Get down. I know. Get down. We're going to put them right sides together and we're going to pin it. And we will sew it with 1/4 inch seam allowance. Start at the bottom. They showed it on the side, going up the side across the top and then down the other side. I'm not doing it that way. I'm going to start and then I'm going to go around. I'm going to leave like a 2-inch gap at the bottom for stuffing. Actually, I'm going to leave it over here. Probably about right here. And I'm going to go to about right, let's see here, right there. I'll start here, work my way around this way, and then stop here. Then I'll flip it inside out and we'll stuff it. Now I've got to go back and thread my machine. Get you up here where I can see you. Pull you in a little closer. Okay. Make sure my machine is still threaded right. Go through here, here, around, down, up, and then in here. And then I'm going to pull that under and through. And I need to pick up my bobbin thread. Do that. There it is. And I'm going to put both of them back there. Behind. Okay, now we're going to start right here. Take this thread out. I actually got this thing on the wrong hand. I think it needs to be on this hand, but I got my watch on, so I'm gonna take my watch off, put it on. And this is what it's for. Hold your pins. That's pretty handy. Drop that. It's on the second stitch and it's on slow. So I'm gonna do needle up and down, and I'll do start. And stop it for just a minute so I can talk to you. My foot pedal still is messed up and I haven't got my new one, so I'm operating it from these machines here, and it's needle up and down, reverse, start and stop. And Honestly, I love this machine. The way that it sews, it's a great machine. I would buy it again. So I'm gonna make this corner. I'm gonna sew to within a 1/4 inch of the corner, and then I'm gonna burst my stitches a little bit just to reinforce the corner. Lift this and turn it. Put it down. It's habit for me to get my scissors out to cut that, but there is a thread cutter right here on the end of this head of this machine. There's one there and there's one up here on the bobbin roller. So, but it's just habit. So I got it, and now it says to cut your corners. Don't cut into your stitching, but to cut your corners, to cut down on bulk at your corner. And then you're gonna flip this inside out. Let's see. I hope I left my opening wide enough. Got it. I just gotta get it turned right. I might have to get my knitting needles out to work my corners. knitting needle. This turned out pretty cute. And just like that, I have a corner. You're just going to take that knitting needle and push it up in there. You don't want to poke it through your seam, but just put your point into your seam. And then I got one more on this end. Okay. Just like that. So there's my little pillow. Now I just got to stuff it through my little hole there. I think I want to iron it real quick before I stuff it. Let me turn my iron on real quick. It'll take it just a minute to heat up. Okay, that iron is hot. Pull off pieces and poke it in the hole. Ah, there's a stuffing tool. I didn't know they made those. I always just use a sharp point, but it's been a long time since I've stuffed anything with polyfill. I do know that if you have animals, you do not want to do their bedding with polyfill. And this is from experience, because we had a litter of puppies one time, and those puppies hate the stuffing, and it killed one of the puppies. It got, I guess, an impaction. It's bowel. Anyway, it passed away, and it happened quickly. Hardy's outside. He don't like not being in here. Actually, I think Molly's out there too. Now I just got to get that stuffing in those corners. I think that's plenty of stuffing for that little pillow. And I think I'm just gonna stitch that bottom up. Said to hand sew that, but I don't think I'm gonna do that. I probably should, but I don't like hand sewing. So, and I actually ripped that opening another inch wider. Maybe I ought to hand sew it, because I did. Yeah, I think I will. Anyway, that's all. I'm just gonna do that. I'm gonna finish that, and I'm not gonna show you that. But anyway, there is my pillow, and I'm kind of proud of it. So I'm gonna display it in my chair. You guys go out and be a blessing to somebody, and as always, God bless you. Have a good evening.